Okay, so how does it go? Well, it feels like magic, but and I was thinking of the word to use. Then I'm listening to a video from a guy that is explaining to use how to create pitch decks. So basically, also okay. So this is the video. Then he said, I was like, I was saying what I wanted to say. Then I needed to use a word. Then he said magic, and then it just resonated with what I was trying to say. So that's one of the patterns of the language of the universe. The world is connected from the scenarios of things around you to the music you're listening to the videos you watch, your body language. Now, right now, uh, I'm trying to switch to my accents because this particular video specifically is for white people because I feel like black people will never really understand it, and it kind of really breaks my heart. But black people don't have the patience to try to understand things like this, and some do, some do, but the larger percentage of us don't. Or maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am because I've tried engaging with people here, and I've engaged people with. Well, my sample location is the UK. I wouldn't say US or Canada or some other white people, but I feel like people in the UK are more intellectually inclined to, not everyone, and I'm not saying a random person, but or maybe because I worked as a teacher. Okay, now I feel like I'm seeking for validation, and I should just say my truth the way it is. So I'm only saying this, and I'm thinking white people would watch this more. Actually, probably not. So is this my subconscious trying to seek the validation of white people? I don't think so. So what is it then? Yeah. God, I keep going around in circles. I keep going around in circles because I don't have anyone to properly explain it or guide me through the process. And the only reason why I felt like I understand this and the time I started realizing this was when I started smoking weed, which is weird because I can't come here and be all philosophical, or not even just philosophical, all psychological, and telling you the world is not just psychological, but it's all connected, and there are patterns and things. And I feel like the one the UK or white people know is the psychological one, which is the head scratching, the body scratching, and using it to talk to people. Like if I scratch my nose, there's a way I can send it out as a signal to somebody else. White people know how to do that, but I feel the one they don't know, which I used to think they did, but they don't know, is the one with colors. So there are colors and things. So colors, and I kind of learned that in the UK when I started smoking weed because it started when I was in the school. So when I was in the school, I was told red means danger, green means this, yellow can't remember anymore, but it's stuck in my brain. They never told me what purple and pink meant, but for some reason, I think that was from social media, but for some reason, everything is aligned in my brain and the colors speak to me. It's like the colors have their own music, their own sounds. If I'm going and something scary is about to happen, I see the red around me start flashing. But sometimes I feel like the colors also speak the opposite of a scenario. Yesterday, I said hi to the person that parked me, and there was a red car in front of me. On a normal day, when I see red, I try not to pay I try not to pay conscious attention to what the color says. I wait for the language of the universe to tell me if the red is telling me stop, or because sometimes the red means go, and most times it means stop when it's just flashes at me, or the green flashes at me. And if there are girls around, the pink starts flashing. In the UK, I used to think the purple flashed when there were homosexuals around, but I might be wrong though, or maybe that's for the male. I don't know. So yeah, then there are audios. So you're listening to something. Like now, I just said something. I just said everything I said, and then my dad blew his nose. Then he coughed. So in the UK, I would have seen this as a. I feel like this is the one British people now to use when someone is talking or they're trying to interview you. Then or at a place of work, they're just talking to you, making random conversations. So they use that to know if you're lying or you're telling the truth, or to just know the situation of things. They know how to use that, but they don't know how to use, or the one I feel like they don't know how to use is the one with patterns. There are patterns in things, colors, music, books. I thought they knew the pattern in books, but I don't think they do. And man, and the reason why I feel like they knew the patterns in books was when I was in a school and the students were reading a page. The page aligned with the scenario, but the scenario specifically said the students were in the classroom and they were being punished. But they weren't being punished by me. But then again, I was trying to make them read. I was forcing them to read one by one. So I feel like they might actually see that as a punishment, because I don't think. I mean, I see teachers and try to make them read, but most times the teachers don't really try to make them read. The teachers just read it to them. So yeah, and then when the we read that passage in the book, all the kids are like, oh, but then I was like, nah, that ain't happening. So we all smiled and then we moved on. So yeah, that's something. And now, what else? Okay, so the other day I was in the University of Ibadan and a car. So a friend drove and then parked to the right, pulled up. Then he came outside and we were talking. Then I was talking to him and I said, "Oh, that's my friend." And I think I made a video about that because I was streaming it. I wasn't streaming, but I was recording it before everything I got all messed up later in the day. But before then, I was making the video. Then I was asking him some questions, talking to him. I didn't really know his name because I forgot his name. I'm terrible with names. Well, I'm not terrible with names unless you're my friend. But if you're not my friend, I probably won't remember your name. And I talk to a lot of people every single day, so I ask people for names. But not even that, because I didn't used to talk to a lot of people every single day. But with him, well, I didn't really see him as my friend when I was in the University of Ibadan. Sorry, I didn't see him as my friend when I was in the University of Ibadan. So it wasn't more like he's my friend, or he wasn't my friend, but it's more of a situation whereby I just saw him and I called him my acquaintance because I don't throw out the word friend easily. You've got to earn it. And I don't see him as a friend, I see him more like an acquaintance. So when I said, "Oh, this is my friend," now like not friend, more like someone I know, an acquaintance, a friend of a friend. Can't remember what I said exactly, but his body language went off, and it wasn't off because he felt like he was my friend and I was throwing him away, but more like, more like, more like, more like. Can't remember. Also, if you're thinking of something and someone comes around you, they can interrupt your flow and your pattern. If you're walking on the pavement and someone does, probably if you're walking, you're at the gym or something, and someone moves their leg or something, it can affect you. So what people do around you can affect you. It's gonna affect your balance physically, literally. But white people know that, or British people know that. But I'm gonna say it again because that flow felt like, oh, I'm about to say something wrong, and I'm about to pollute right now. Which before I used to think, oh, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think I kind of realized that they also know how to program you as a person. White people can program you. Yeah. And one of the programs right now is me not to be able to think they don't know what I'm talking about. But for a fact, I know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna wrap this up because I'm tired of talking. So everything I've said so far so good. Does it make sense?